All right, here we are. Welcome to Overtime with Jared P. and Johnny O. This is a special show. This is a little added feature we're doing this week. And we're going to start doing two shows at least 2 or 3 times a month now. And we have a special guest today, John Brasier from Triad Golf Magazine. He's the owner and publisher of this magazine that's been around for many years, actually. And a little background on that. Back when I had my Sports Carolina Monthly magazine, Triad Golf is the one that kind of gave me the inspiration to do that. I saw how well that was doing years ago, and I said, why not do a full sports one? But right now, John Brasier here with Triad Golf Magazine. And John, how are things going?
Things are going good. I think the weather is finally broken, John, for the winter. I mean, it was a long, hard winter for golfers, and I guess non-golfers alike. Just seemed like the cold weather was never going to end. But here we are on the verge of spring.
Well, it's funny you said that because I'm from the Great White North of Syracuse, New York, but I moved down here 30 years ago, and that January weather and most of February was not in the brochure when I moved here 30 years ago. I didn't like that, man. That was cold. And people say, "Oh, you're used to the cold." Cold is cold, man. So it was very cold. But hey, let me just start off with our title sponsors. Our title sponsors for the show: Estate Jewelry and Loan. That's located over on Battleground Ave, and Salsarita's restaurant over at High Point at the Palladium, and in Greensboro at the Target Shopping Center on New Garden in Greensboro. All right, John, tell us a little bit about what's going on with Triad Golf. I'm a big fan of it. I've been reading it for years, and what's in the works for the upcoming issues.
Well, I'll try to recap give you a brief recap. But as you said, we've been around 30 years. We've been a print publication. We have Triad Golf Online, or triadgolf.com, which has gotten a new emphasis this year. I'm updating it with stuff every day, at least once a day, and we're really trying to make that a place for people to go every day who are interested in golfing the Triad, although we're keeping our print product. It's good timing to be on here today with you, John, because next month in April, we're going to have our print issue is going to feature a panel rankings of the top golf courses in the Triad, which I hope will be a big hit. Will be of interest. I think people love rankings. We have nobody. There are some rankings around of different things, but let me just say those might be bought and paid for, and ours are not. And I'm going to list. I'm going to list all of our panelists. I'm not going to tell you their individual votes, but I mean, I've got people very highly respected, including Jack Nance, who was the director of the Carolinas Golf Association for more than 3 decades before retiring a month ago. And it's going to be interesting. I haven't tallied the ballots yet, and I wouldn't tell you the results if I had them. Of course, I'd make my own splash, hopefully, but it's going to be fun. So I hope people look forward to that. It'll be on the website, which is triadgolf.com. Got a new website that debuted in February, totally redone, viewer friendly. We got a map of all the golf courses in the area. If you click on the right button, which you and I both know I'm not the best in technology, so I'm probably not explaining it well, but we've got course caps on all the golf courses. We've got news. We got travel stories. We're really trying to take it to a new level on the digital side. So anyway, excited about that. We also have a podcast. We're going to be competing with you, John. Well, we already have. We've done 4 or 5, and we're going to start doing it weekly. And we hope local golfers will tune in. So I wanted to bring in. I told people I wanted to bring in Paige Spiranac. But it's either going to be her or Jay Allred, the founder of Triad Golf. I think some people have been disappointed that it turned out being Jay. I don't know if you know who Paige Spiranac is, but she's the it girl for golf on the on
And,
the digital
and
side.
she's a little prettier than Jay, I think. Isn't am I correct in saying that? Uh-oh. Oh, you froze up for a minute. John, you there? Oh no. All right, we lost John. I bet you he will be back in a moment. While I lost him, technology has been giving us fits today. But let me mention our other sponsors: Pure Energy Fitness Center, Elite Performance Chiropractic, Schenk and Torrance Insurance, Live Hydration Spa, Imperial Marketing Solutions with Jimmy Snowberger, and
Can you
Surf Hippie
hear
Fishing.
me?
I believe we have John back, but I wanted to mention
I think
our other sponsors of the show. Oh, we just lost them again.
now I'm back again.
Okay, we got John back, but I wanted to mention the sponsors. They keep this show going. So, but you mentioned right before you got off, you sent out, you got a panel of all these special high end people that know the golf courses. I didn't get that email.
I didn't know you were one of them, John. If I didn't know, I'd sent you one. And now we're talking about people who've been golf pros in the area for 40 years, and the people who've won championships at the college and high school and amateur level. It's a pretty exclusive group, and they've been kind to me to do this, and everybody loves lists. So we're looking forward to it. I really am. We're gonna come out with it online in a couple weeks, and then it'll be in our print edition in mid-April. And it's Masters time. It's almost time for the Masters.
Oh man, I feel it already. And as you said, that spring has sprung, so we're starting to smell spring. And when the Masters commercials are coming on, boy, you get excited. But
yeah.
Well, on that note about golf courses, I love playing golf. I try to get out there, sometimes a couple times a week, and I got a couple of good guys that I play with. But I want to give you my favorite, maybe top 5 golf courses, and maybe you can charm in on that and let me know what you think. But
okay,
my favorite. And I'm an okay golfer. I've improved over the years, about time. But Bryan Park Players Course, absolutely love it. I think it's a challenge, but it is fair. Now the Champs Course is a challenge, and I believe it's fair for most people, but it gets me pretty good. So I'm going to call it unfair for my skills. But Bryan Park's my number one.
Okay.
Holly Ridge. I just love that track. It's a little far from where I live right now, but absolutely enjoy that course all the time. And I know the owner over there, Luke, is doing a hell of a job, really. Every time I go there, the place improves. So he's doing a nice job. I'm a big old home place fan. 12 months out of the year, that course is always seems to just be in good shape all the way through. Love the Meadowlands. I think the Meadowlands is one of the most beautiful courses around. And I kind of compare that with Greensboro National. I think they're very similar for my game, and I think in beauty. Sometimes play is a little slow at the Meadowlands, but and I get a little impatient, but definitely enjoy the Meadowlands, and of course Greensboro National. And I'm going to throw in one last one that we play, quite a bit, mostly over the winter. Country Hills is a neat little hidden gem out there on High Cone Road, but those are the courses we really enjoy playing mostly. But real quick, three, the Champs Course in Bryan Park for a special event. Oak Valley Golf Club, absolutely, I think is just one of the nicest ones. That Arnold Palmer course, and Mill Creek out in Mebane. Just have only played it less than a handful of times. What a beautiful course, but it's just a little bit out of the way. So, but those are my top ones.
You picked some good ones, and I'll be on. I'm not on my own panel, so I didn't vote. So I want to say that, Johnny, because I haven't played Mill Creek. I've been out there. I've looked at it. Very nice. The other ones I have played and know, and they're all good. We've got a lot of good public access golf courses. And you mentioned six or seven. I don't have a sponsorship deal with them, but I think anytime you list the best public access courses, you got to go with Tanglewood Championship too, even though it doesn't have all the frills a lot that some of them do, and it's a muni or county owned, but it did host the PGA 50 years ago, and it's a good golf course. And there's a lot of them. I was talking with somebody recently, and I would say we've got maybe 25 or 30 good upscale public golf courses in the market. And of course, we've got, I would say, 5 or 6 really top private golf courses. I mean, you've got Old Town, which is always in the top 100 in Golf Digest and Golf Magazine, which are the two probably Bibles for rankings. We're talking about courses that everybody doesn't have access to, but we're putting them together, and we're doing a list, and we're including them, and then we'll have another list of just public. So we'll have an overall list, and then we'll have a public list. And we've got, of course, Old North State Club, which I don't know if you're familiar with or not, is barely in the Triad. I mean, as the Triad is defined, it's in a corner of Montgomery County, but it's a special place. Sedgefield is a great golf course. It's the host of the Wyndham Championship. So, I don't want to leave anybody out, but we've got 3 or 4 other private courses that are really good. And we've got just a multitude of great upscale public courses, which you named. I think the people here are blessed, and the prices that people charge here are far less than what they'll pay in Raleigh or Charlotte.
You just stole my thunder, man. We cannot complain about prices here, and being a senior, oh my gosh, it's wonderful. That's why I get to play maybe twice a week now. And you go toward Charlotte or go toward Raleigh, forget it. I mean, it's almost double.
Well, and you can see we have golf courses that are in the Triad that we write about and cover, and they're fortunate enough in a way to be kind of located in the middle, conveniently located between Charlotte and Greensboro and Winston-Salem, or halfway between Raleigh and the Triad. And, you'll see the prices are reflected on that, because, the people in the Triad in Charlotte, if they're perfectly willing to play a great golf course and spend or to do a little driving to spend a lot less money. And so, we have some great and then we have a course like Todd Hill Farm, which is spectacular, but they're located, between halfway between here and Charlotte, and they can afford to charge $150 to play there. And, because people will go there once or twice a year. You're not going to play there every week, but you'll pay to play there twice a year. So we got a lot of choices.
I played that once, and it was a few years ago, and that is quite a course. And I just learned a good friend of mine from up north is retiring, and he's moving to Pinehurst. So I'm going to have a guy living in Pinehurst now. So that should be interesting. But
you can pay more for green fees if you got a free place to stay.
Exactly, you're right. I like that. I like it.
Yeah. And we're, I'm looking forward to publishing this list. It'll be interesting to see. I haven't seen the results yet. I'm not opening them up one at a time as they come in. There's only going to be 20 or 25 ballots. But like I said, they're people who should know. And if you're not, and if you're connected in any way with the golf course, you're not able to vote for that golf course. Yeah. Or you can vote for it, but it's going to be cast aside. And what we do is we have people list what courses they played, and then they rank the golf courses, and then you get like an average number for the people who played a golf course. And I think that's the fair way to do it.
No doubt.
Because not everybody's played Old Town, and not everybody's played Sedgefield. So, they can't get votes from people that haven't played there. So, but anyway,
Well,
it's gonna be fun.
Here's my next question. Okay, I got you here on the air. I'm putting pressure on you. Get me on Sedgefield. Is there any way? I played it like 20 years ago when I had zero game. I mean, and my buddies got me on there. They had a couple member buddies that I had, and now that my game is respectable. Okay, I would love to play that course. I'm dying to get back there because that seemed, from the white tees or whatever, it seems, I mean, it's a hard course or a challenging course, but that is a fair course if you play the right tees.
It is, and what makes the Sedgefield course and what all your golfers will tell you this is the greens. It's a Donald Ross golf course, and the greens are diabolical. Okay, and if you haven't played there before, and you don't have anybody who has played there in your group, you can putt the ball off a few of the greens when you think you hit a pretty good putt.
Oh yeah.
The PGA Tour guys, they're going to shoot 15 to 20 under when they play there for 4 rounds, but you're going to see a few of them putt it off the green occasionally too. It's a great golf course. My advice to anybody, I'm glad you brought this up actually, is if you want to play a golf course, a lot of times if obviously you find a member, but everybody can't do that. And well, first of all, I also want to say McConnell's been one of my biggest sponsors. I love McConnell Golf, and they have Sedgefield and Old North State, and among their collection of elite courses. What I would do is a lot of these courses will do charity events. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to have to pay. You're probably not going to pay as much as you would to play just yourself, but you can get in a charity event that's at Sedgefield. That's a way to do it. A lot of times the Carolinas Golf Association and people who are not from here, you told me you're from Syracuse, and I know you've been here a long time, but a lot of people don't realize the Carolinas Golf Association has a program where they play 70 or 80 times. They have broken down to seniors, regular ages, men, women, and you pay a fee of say like $85 and you play a course. They have dates at many public golf courses. Now, I'm not telling you that Sedgefield is on that list, and I'm not sure it is this year, but basically if you have a will to do it, you can find a way, Johnny. You're just gonna have to hunt for it.
That's right.
But Greensboro's not a huge town. You can find somebody who waits tables, if nothing else in Sedgefield. If you try hard enough, you can probably do it. It's possible. It's possible, but a lot of times charity events are a way. I mean, even up in the mountains, some of the most exclusive courses in the mountains. I know Grandfather's an example. They do charity events where they give the course to charities, and you pay $150 and you play the golf course.
Nice.
So that's a way. That's something to look into.
Another course, real quick. Country club, and it almost, I get sick to my stomach when I drive by it because it's just torn up, man. I drive by it probably 3 or 4 times a day in my business, and Starmount Country Club.
Starmount.
They're ripping that up and gonna make. I thought it was beautiful before, but I did have. I got a couple buddies that live on there and are members, and I got lucky enough to play that a few times over the last couple of years. So, but I miss it.
Well, I think that's a great place to play, and I think they have by far the biggest membership of the public courses or private courses in Greensboro. They have incredible facilities. They have indoor tennis. They have all that kind of stuff. And I think they want to have a golf course that they can say competes with Greensboro Country Club's farm course and with Sedgefield and with the Cardinal, the other McConnell golf course, which is semi-private. And, they're spending, I think, $5 or $6 million on the golf course. And Greensboro's architect, Chris Spence, is redoing it. It'll be open, I think, later in the year. they basically what made you sick probably and made a lot of us sick is the way that you make repairs is you just burn out the existing course.
Yeah.
And so they burned out the fairways, or whatever, and it looked pretty bad. But you're hoping that it comes back spectacular, and there's good reason to believe it will. They've got the money and they're spending it, and yeah, it's a great golf course.
I'm
I
looking
look
forward
forward
to it. Looking
Yeah,
forward to so
people are doing that real quick, Johnny. They're like Starmount and a course called Maple Chase, a private course in Winston-Salem, just spent a lot of money on theirs. Okay, nobody's building golf courses, but a lot of people are spending money to make theirs as good as they can make them.
Yeah.
So the golf boom has helped a lot. Maybe we'll get some public courses in the future that are built. I'm told that that's probably a ways away, but the ones that do exist are investing because people want to play and they're willing to pay more than they had pre-COVID. So,
it's kind of funny. We've lost a lot of golf courses too. Not elite golf courses, but I live right over near Guilford College. So what was that? Longview? What was the name of that?
You're going back before me. I know there's a course by the airport that closed about 7 years ago.
Well, that's Pleasant. That was Pleasant Ridge.
Right.
No,
I don't know the course you're talking about.
Yeah. Then there's Longview. Yeah, Longview, and then there was another little course like over near Old Home Place, and that I can't remember the name of that, but I remember playing those when I first moved down here. But they're all gone. So, but we're lucky.
At a certain point, it becomes more profitable to build a subdivision on the land than especially courses that can't command the top greens fees.
So that's what
we've seen a lot of that. I think at one point I read that we'd lost 12 to 20 golf courses in the last 30 years. If you're talking about the whole Triad market.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Well, listen, in closing, let me mention the sponsors real quick one more time. Estate Jewelry and Loan, Salsaritas, Pure Energy Fitness Center, Elite Performance Chiropractic, Schenk and Torrance Insurance, Live Hydration Spa, Imperial Marketing Solutions, and Surf Hippie Fishing, all sponsors of the show that keep us rocking and rolling. I got one more question for you in closing here. What do you think of the TGL, the golf league?
Well, when I'm doing my stair climber and my biking at my health club, that's what I watch on whatever it is, Tuesday or Wednesday night, something like that. It's okay. I don't know. I mean, it's something to do. I guess they're killing. They're not going to do it in the warm weather. Is that right? I don't know, Johnny.
I don't know. I think it's really, it looks like a cool thing, and with the crowd, and it's all indoors, and that screen is just it's almost it's unbelievable how big it is and how accurate it is and all that kind of stuff. But I love watching golf. I mean, I'll watch real golf on a Sunday afternoon for 3 or 4 hours without even moving, for crying out loud. But I'll watch about 20 minutes to a half hour of that, and I'm turning the channel. I'm like, okay, I saw it. It's cool. What drives me crazy is I would rather be doing it than watching that indoors. So, but I think it's a good thing.
Totally agree with you. I mean, if my choice is that or some rerun of television from 30 years ago, I'm probably going to watch the indoor golf. But yeah, I totally agree with you. And I'm one of these old guys. I still doubt that, a computer can really accurately fix where that ball is going to land, how it's going to roll, especially. But,
oh my God.
I mean, maybe it's accurate. I guess it is. I like the fact that they actually they actually physically putt.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Which is good. I know I've been on simulators before, and putting is an adventure for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good, and I hope people will check out triadgolf.com because we've really done a lot of work on it, and we have a podcast as well, Triad Golf Podcast, and check that out. And Johnny, I really do appreciate you letting me come on and give me an opportunity. I appreciate it.
Absolutely fantastic. I thought it went well. So again, John Brasier with Triad Golf Magazine, owner and publisher. Maybe we'll have him on again in a month or two just to see what's going on in the world of golf.
I could be fielding a lot of angry complaints from people about where their course placed, but like I said, I'm not doing it. All right.
All right. Good show, man. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Let's see here. Wait a minute.